Hello everyone and welcome back of a new video from Alter Fritz. Today I'm happy to present you a preview of the game Hearts of Iron 4, and yeah, I had a short look into the game and it looks quite good from my opinion. There are many changes, there are a lot of improvements, and yeah, I will take you on a tour, and it's very, there are a lot of things which are new. It will take a too long time to go through these changes step by step, and therefore I will give you first a short overview of the game and how's the look and feel, and on a later stage I will provide you a short series and we'll go through the new techniques of the game step by step. We made some testings with naval ships and aircrafts, and yeah, from a general point of view it's quite nice. It looks really exciting. With Hearts of Iron 4 they used the Clausewitz engine. It's the same as of Europa Universalis 4, and yeah, for my part, for a grand strategy game, the map looks really good. You can see, yeah, the townships, factories, and yeah, it looks quite nice. What's new? On the first view, you can customize your country more than in Hearts of Iron 3. It's now a bit more like a sandbox game like Europa Universalis, and you can customize your country in that way you want. You have political advisors, you can add designers, you can choose different military high commanders which give you some bonuses or disadvantages and so on. What's also new is national focus, which gives you some bonuses and will cost you some, yeah, political power, is it named here in the game, but yeah, they're very useful. But this is only a short overview. I will provide in further videos tutorials about those facts. Also new is the tech tree. You have now some slots and you can fill those tech slots with, yeah, different techs. It's like Hearts of Iron 3, the categories, but they are, yeah, much easier to handle on the first view. You have here different tank models, for example, and you research those different tank models. On the first view, in that way, that are not that many text like in Hearts of Iron 3, but you have more options in customization on the industrial screen, which I will show you later on. Yeah, you have the same, I think, look and feel like Hearts of Iron 3, but with less text. You have your air doctrines, naval doctrines, land doctrines, and so on, the engineering tags and industry tags. Yeah, diplomacy. Diplomacy is diplomacy. There are some nice features now, but this is also yeah, a complete new topic. For example, if now the event starts with the civil war in Spain, you can send troops and you can command those troops in Spain, and each country can send some invention troops to fight in Spain. Trade. is now a bit different, because you do not have any storages for your resources. You see in the production screen, which is this one, what is needed for your production, and each number which is red you need to trade. And you directly see in the trade screen that, for example, you need 5 rubber and you also need 10 tungsten. No, 13 oil. We have a surplus of 10 for tungsten. So, and you now can easily click on oil. You see which nation has oil, and then you can choose, for example, the United States. And that's a new feature. You do not buy resources against money. There's no money in the game. You trade resources against industrial capacity. Sounds a bit strange at the beginning, but with my tutorial for industrial production and factories, I hope it makes a bit clearer, but I will give you a short summary. So you produce with your civil factories. You have, in this example, 32 civil factories, and 16 of these factories are needed for consumer goods and traded goods. So you have 16 factory power free for your choice, and with civilian factories you can build up refineries, war factories, military factories, dockyards, and so on, which will cost you civilian factory power. So, if you now trade with another country, for example with a small country like Romania or Lithuania, then they will get your civilian factory power, and on their side they can build with their civilian factory infrastructure or their own factories. So if you trade with small countries, they get more powerful due to the fact that they get more industry production. So keep in mind, if you trade with a country, it's possible that you strengthen the industries. That's a short summary. So that was also the construction screen, and then we have military production. In the military production screen, you see directly how many is produced in days, weeks, or month. Depends on the factory advised to this production line. You can set up such production lines, and these production lines are getting experience. It's at this stage 50%, and the efficiency is 50% higher. The production screen is, you require dynamic resources. For example, if 2 factories produce support equipment, you will use 2 aluminum and 4 steel. And if you provide more, we have 20 factories in use and we have a total of 40. And if you now produce more support equipment, you see directly what the costs are to producing more of them. If you, for example, produce more light tanks, at the moment we have minus of 13 units of oil, and if you produce more tanks, it will raise to 20, and you need to trade in those 20 units of oil. But keep in mind, each 8 units of oil will give you a loss of 1 industrial civilian capacity. So at the beginning it sounds a bit strange, but I hope my tutorial will make it a bit clearer. Yeah, then these are the division designer. On a later stage you can customize your infantry, as you can see here. The problem is it requires infantry experience. You have 3 new resources. You have army experience, the navy, and the air experience. And with this experience, you have the possibility to change your division setup, or that's a short thing I would mention. I said the tech tree. You do not have that much tax you can gather during the time, but you have now the possibility to customize the models. For example, if you have the light tank 2, and you can create another variant of them by spending those experience points, you can switch the main gun, you can upgrade the engine, the reliability, or you can upgrade the armor. So as it were, in the past or during the Second World War, for example, we had Panzer IV, C, D, E, F, G, H, and so on, and now you have the possibility to customize your tank models as well. So in the tech tree, you create only the tech that you are able to build, for example, a Panzer IV. In the industrial screen, you can customize this tank with your experience. So it's now a bit closer together if you choose the tech and the industrial production screen. So from my point of view, it's a clear plus, the new production overview and the new production possibilities. And yeah, I think it makes a lot of fun if you have researched the basis model of a tank and so on, and to customize it. This works as well with ships, it works with bombers, it works with everything. You can customize each vehicle. I do not know if it's possible to customize. Oh, but it's no transport vehicles are not possible to customize, but for example cruisers are customizable. Yeah, I think this is only a short overview. What are the features of the game? Another feature is, for example, that you can produce equipment for your storage. As I said before, you do not have any storage for raw materials like rubber, aluminum, oil, and so on. But you can produce, for example, the infantry equipment or the support equipment. This could be produced and brought to your storage to be used on a later stage. So it's quite difficult, or I think one of funny or any good fact of the game is that you keep a balance of your resources, how many your resources you will spend for a special product, because now, for example, you have 250 units of steel which are not used at this stage. It's gone away. You do not have storage. Another fact is, if another country will trade with you and buys the steel, you will get their civilian industry capacities for the steel, and you can build more infrastructure or military factories in your own country. So I think one point of the game is to keep a balance between the production, the resources, and the civilian infrastructure. And I think this is a complete new view or more tactical depth on customizing your country. And I think this is quite a good thing, especially in some multiplayer games, to keep a balance between the different countries. If you play with, for example, 14 or 16 players, and you have also the small countries like Hungary, Romania, and so on, or Bulgaria, and they trade with, for example, Germany, and they getting resources, production resources from Germany. They can strengthen the little countries as well, and they can join on a later stage the Axis and fight with them. But they can get some support from Germany from the beginning onwards during this trades. So I think this is the first overview. I can provide more information, like if you have to now, you can join your divisions by creating a new theater. You can choose a commander for this theater, and then they will open a battle plan where you can provide commands to your theater or some orders. You can order them to a front line especially, and they will move there automatically. But I think the battle plan is an own topic. It's easy to handle, but sometimes difficult to understand, and therefore I will create a tutorial for this battle plan especially. This is only the first overview. I hope you enjoyed, and I will come back on a later stage. You're welcome. Bye bye.